I recommend a teacher.
A teacher.
Definitely recommend a teacher. What that now means, depends on who you are and so on, right? So I suppose the question that I would want to answer is, do I consider it to be valid in Sharia, in Shari'i terms, to take a teacher as a spiritual shaykh based upon the norms of the tariqas, right? So in Sufi orders, there is this process whereby people take a shaykh by pledging to them that they will conform to the requirements of piety. So you pledge to a shaykh. So like when I've witnessed it, I don't know if any of you have seen it done in a different way, but when I've witnessed it, and I actually did it once as well, he's passed away now, rahimahullah ta'ala. It's the shaykh basically takes an allegiance, a pledge, which one of my teachers, Shaykh Hussein al-Madani, in an audio tape, explained it as a ahad. He used the word ahad. It is a promise at the hands of the shaykh that one will not commit X, Y, Z sins, and one will conform to the Sharia, and one will follow the deen and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, etc., etc., etc. And so, very similar to like if your father comes and has concerns about you and sits you down and says, promise me that you won't do this. It's very similar to that, but this time it's proactive on your part. You're seeking that out, right? So that process is called bay'ah. It's called the pledging, right? It's called a pledge. And the other feature of this kind of systematized spiritualism or spirituality or Sufism is this idea of tariqahs. Is the idea that the shaykhs usually belong to a school of spirituality called a tariqah, a path, right? And these are usually traced back to past masters of spirituality, people who are very well known and very famous for their spirituality. These two features basically pretty much make Sufism, or the idea of Sufism and Tasawwuf, they grant it a kind of it formalizes it, as opposed to a more generic kind of spirituality which might involve you just taking a teacher, just having somebody that you always refer to when you have problems, when you have difficulties and so on. Yeah? So there are these assumptions that you have to understand. So for me, I reckon that tariqah based Sufism, in my opinion, Shar is compatible with Sharia.